and welcome. I think my mic's fine. Let me just check real quick. Uh, okay, give me a moment. Give me something real quick. Okay, things might be a bit better for me now, so let's get on with the stuff. I'm gonna check some things real quick. Uh, okay, my goodness, that's nice, that's nice, that's nice. Maybe it really has been a while since I last worked on anything in here, but do give me a moment, I'll get there. Okay. Um. Now where was I? I forgot. Oh yeah, it's put. Yeah, this is. Yeah, Okay, so for anyone who's hasn't hasn't noticed, it's a bit overdue for me to do this thing. Um. What had happened is I I would have like a problematic molar with me, and it it crumbled. The top crumbled, and for a good while, I pretty much like had problems speaking because it would keep cutting through my tongue because it like would leave sharp sides. It's still horribly broken, but alas, I can't like bear not missing out on things. So here you are, long overdue bit for I do cards as usual. Really great for me. Every time I try to press the transition button, it just starts going wonkers. Oh man, I almost forgot. Yeah, I should start promoting my stuff first. But it seems to me that I have a lot of catching up to do, which is kind of wild since the month ought not the week ought not be over. But it is a great idea. Almost sounds kind of coincidental that I am starting stuff out in 19 in in the first of October, which mind you, on there are no challenges for me to work on. There's the one that technically counts. I have already finished. So yeah, I'm now scrambling for something to do in this day and age, which is just beautiful. Because I have nothing else. Otherwise, like don't at me. I got nothing. And it really just kind of wow, chat highlights. Oh damn, that's way too powerful for me. Uh okay. To This might take a while since I just decided to start doing it instead of like doing it while I'm talking. But it but I might have a lot to in my stuff anyway, and I hope I don't get interrupted for this stuff. For this, let's just kind of pray. I don't know, and let's just hope I don't get interrupted. Okay. Well, so since it's already spooky month, do you guys have any spooky plans? I actually don't. I don't actually do anything for Halloween. Make like technically I could work on something with my characters, but nowadays nah. Um, I can't think of anything cool or new. At least not counting this the fact that I managed to do that on when I was being a writer and writing for for a different challenge. I don't know. There isn't nothing like there's no spooky routine. I don't know if I'm gonna adjust the bear, but theoretically I can. Still, it's all up in the air. I don't care. Uh, I'm gonna know what I'm supposed to do. Watch. Okay, so if you guys are ready, because I am, you'd think the downtime I inflicted onto myself would mean I would then start being able to like actually take seriously like how do I put this? Like uh, like writing, like doing what's basically research. Oh crap! I got it. That's something. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, expect a Discord ping. Let's start with Tapok playing cards within Blackbush and then the D&D Dragon inspired set. Oh boy. Wait, did I put in the correct category? Uh, I have. Okay, moving. Okay, I don't think this is the circumstance that requires that I need to put Nightbot on, but I might have to. The last time I tried it didn't work out that well, so yeah. Okay, we're not. It's kind of weirdly like kind of a mild night tonight. Give me a moment to bask in that fact. Okay, let's start off with the Pok Tapok Popol Legends playing cards. Did you know the mythical Mayan story of game? I won't be playing. I might not be playing in the videos just so uh, I'd be able to hear things. Apparently, I'm supposed to deal with the mana, and if I don't have my ears out and about, there would be a lot of trouble. Okay, it's mine. Monedas. Monedas. Hello, backers! I am Carlos Cotsiras. This is my second Kickstarter project. Okay, immense Mexico culture. I've been interesting by many ideas for this project. Following what came to mind. Okay, I want to recognize brand. Should stop at the accent. As a creator of playing cards and board games, but that has to be you that you trust me. I promise I'll give you my soul in all my projects. Now that's a risk. That's a big risk gamble, don't you think? Okay. Nowadays everyone can have a niche and everything, but it does still feel like a really daunting thing. Like I have these stories, I have these characters I've kind of worked on for a while, but I still don't know how to approach the sort of putting them out on a larger audience. Like at this point, there's got to be a point where I should stop being lazy, right? Like that's an important bit, but assuming you can, I'm churning out chapters and whatever like mad. There's still you know something. It's still a bit of a hard thing for me to go out like this because what if I fail? So kudos to all of you guys for going out like this. Anyway, doing this again. So this is okay? It is the sacred gate of Mayans where people choreography that we could hit the losing team without a hard place time. It's not what is that? Chapel which captain winning team is volunteered. So I'm gonna belief belief the city famous and worker with artisans. I'd like to get my handicap to Chichen Itza. Well, I have not seen this type of unique craft in any other type of city in Mexico. Chichen Itza is Peruvian. Anyways, let's just get them. So these are the ones, the handicrafts. This is how, and there's obviously like later cycles too. This is other stuff, but still same style. Everyone likes this. Okay, so this is the Minecraft. Why is the box like point out like this? This is not a great. This is already really starting to look really suspect, or at least, at least in terms of quality, we haven't checked the data. Did you same thing? Did you actually like overshoot how long the flap is? Cause gosh, shouldn't. But anyway, so this is the this is the plain one. So Jade Jungle, okay. Um, Tumpantiri, okay, that's something much. There's of course a booklet. The inside. If you milk this, okay. Wow, there isn't actually much to work on. Huh? It is. It's just this kind of style. You know what you think about the Mayan stuff. Wow, wow, graphic design is my passion. I love how this version has that it's like widely censored for this copy, which because this is like what it is in the one, which already is apparently, which might actually just be unique enough. But the difference is in the detail. It's also this. I'm not gonna like read go through all of it, but you can tell that your main difference is in how they're kind of patterned. Mm, It I think it's essentially a little color change, but these are two, but the way the differences are so stark, they feel so like two different styles. But no, I think it's just like a minor coloring. And yeah, I mean, we can go talk about this all day, but that's all of it really. Um, I love it in English. So yeah, that's all. That's pretty much it. The Aces also are, well, are all different. Nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna go skip through these. These are very detailed. Very well. What do you expect? It is the ancient my well, American pre-colonial American stuff. So yeah, it's okay. Design wise, it's fine. Design wise, it's really cool. It's well, the backs are a bit of a, but I think the differences in their designs, they're just they're kind of like relatively minor changes, except for this one. These are different, but there's key differences. But the way the palette changes here are of this kind of and kind of this weird subtlety wherein it's definitely more than a palette swap. I don't know. It's these. I don't know, almost a decent deck. It's not. It's probably worth its weight in design, but everything else is a bit of. But I guess it's like one of those things where like thematically everyone's probably have done it. Like what my last stream like this also talked about something that had ancient Mayan stuff or Inca or whatever. I know I should actually know more differences between those two empires because uh, because the Spanish had to deal with with warring factions. Anyway, the Raven Black Dusk gilded playing cards. Gustav Doré is back with a new refined playing card deck, flooding darkness with disarming elegance. Gustave Doré was born in Strasbourg, France. Okay, prodigy, blah blah blah. Okay, Spanish Black Signature Primitive Raven Black deck. So it is the Raven. It's pretty white. It's got its main color is white though. You can't fool me. Um, yeah, it's and the card backs are wow, really inky. And then okay, it's okay. There's okay, never mind. I had a notification, and the gilding here is black. It's pretty black. Reminds me of those cheap plastic. Those cheap plastic cards with like have lenticular stuff like they're plastic, right? And the pips are and maybe ports of like lenticular stuff, so that if you angle it would look really cool. There's you can get them like silver and then gold. That's also black. It for some reason it makes me think of this. Even though I'm pretty sure, even though it's definitely gonna be made of paper, and this one won't do the pull and takeover thing, which I think you can only really do in plastic. Anyway, cards are really dark. Oh, it's actual Dore work. I'm pretty. Yeah, I think you can. The pips though are not made with love. They're made with the papyrus font and like a evening in what PowerPoint, and that's what I used to use for putting text on things. PowerPoint. this thing was done in Paint. this play. Like seriously, it's Papyrus. Everyone hates Papyrus apparently, and they just go, yeah, let's. This is the old timey this style. Ooh, man, I should have probably noted that because the text for the flavor text of the headers are in Papyrus, and they're the prices. And yeah, it turns out they just took some artwork from Dore, which I think is practically public domain, and then they slapped it on Decapod. So a bit of a cop out, really. The black the back isn't even like this one looks nice, but it's that's the only thing going for it, and it's just too monochrome for my taste. It's mmm mmm. Really, the key here that's pissing me off is the is this shameless usage of uh, is this really relatively shameless usage of what stuff with like using some like pre-existing art so you don't have to do some effort in anything, which would make sense in some cases, but this one just feels a bit too on the nose about it. I don't know. I know it probably does make sense in some senses, but for me it's just no, no. Yeah, whatever. It's a black deck. Next up is the ND inspired dragon inspired playing card decks and card set. Okay. Ah, yes. I can this thing here it really reeks homebrew. Anyways, the design behind decks come from popular role-playing games such as Dungeons and Dragons. Other segment of chromatic design which is oh, so the real was to make metallic and then chromatic. What the heck is a chromatic even for you? This is like plain dull red. Do you even know what chromatic is? I don't know. But that's not it. The metallic is just yellow. I'm not gonna go for, I'm not gonna get any more. It talks with printed by yeah, we get it. Yeah, it's fine. Is there any difference between these two? There's none. The only difference is in the solid back. Do you like it yellow or red? Do you like mustard or ketchup? And these are the designs. Like this is original artwork. It's basically I have this feeling that this Jess Francis here, man, I'm gonna have to prepare because I might have to eat every word that I'm about to say. Watch. So what? Well, so my main issue with this thing here, right, is that this feels like something wherein you just say, "Oh, this is Dungeons and Dragons," and and someone someone kind of looks it up and they see it like Kasa and D20, you're like, "Oh yeah, it." Oh yeah, I think I know what you're getting on about, and this is like the exact picture that's on their mind. Also, let me just also point out that this is a photograph. It just man, everything here just so homebrew. It's ridiculous. It's just I mean, I appreciate it, but damn, these things rarely bode well. I mean, let's look at the other things. I mean, there might be a bit more. Oh, look, the dual box is just that. Not really invoking that much greatness, hey. Even bridge double box sets are look a bit more dignified than that. Anyway, so see, I'm not even gonna go. Sticker this. Now that's the only metallic thing. Seriously, why? Like this one has the. Okay, here's the idea. Okay, here's the thing. This one here, sort of monster with D20. Like, you do realize that the oh gosh, everything is fucking Team and like Casa Haven. This is you do realize that the essence of D and D isn't the dice, right? Like I get why you would put a D20 as your sort of object of object of interest, or your little hook, because because there are rarely any other games that utilize the icosahedral dice outside of D&D. I I'm pretty sure if even if you ask me if there's any game that has a D20, it would be probably this. I would say it's gonna be one of those tabletop RPGs where you have to roll for your stuff and you would roll for your stats or whatever, and that and said range of numbers would require something bigger than six, and this is what you get. Still, I don't know. I'm pretty sure. You put here the D&D Dragon Inspired playing card deck. They probably just said D&D Dice Inspired playing card deck instead, and it would have made way more sense. Because let me tell you, if I think of Dungeons and Dragons, the first thing in my mind is definitely not the dice. Okay, it's not a transitive thing. And things. I might see a detour. I might see a Kasahito die and think, yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, but that does not mean when someone says Dungeons and Dragons, I would think of things. I might think of a bunch of folks sitting around the table and talking about stuff, but I would not. But or even just generic adventure imagery, but definitely not the die. This really feels like someone just uh I would say it like someone just this you know how the boomer you know how there's a joke about how boomers have this perception of the current popular thing, and it just comes out just really tacky, father I cannot, the sort of level father I cannot the book level stuff. But imagine that same sort of thinking but done with D&D. This feels like it, just maybe just a bit higher than that, but definitely but definitely already closer in that range than to something else. You know, yeah. And at this point, the fact that the backs are practically solid color just kind of takes the cake for me. Eh, whatever. Okay, next up is non-dice playing cards, and then we're not doing games, so let's continue with Squeeze Box and Shadow. Apparently, there's also the Jam Pack. Oh, one of my favorite genres. Oh, yes. Oh, there's an. Sorry. Oh boy, there's a lot of interest in it. Okay, non-slice playing cards, combining this design and aesthetic. Playing cards would be comfort. Comfort is slick, I get it, but comfort is also free, so I get it. Why in red you get a specific red, the card suit is, oh gosh, the same design. How many times did I see? How many times have I seen the design of something like this? This is my third time in the past few videos. I don't know. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves this ticket, and I just don't like it that much. These ones are of the same sort of ilk. These and as you can see, voila. At least the pips are weak enough, but the but as but that's only because it's pretty limited by the fact that based on this image alone, it's a plastic deck with transparent bits. The only statue don't back it. So the this is terrible English, but yeah, that's pretty much it. This is it. There's nothing special. This is really minimal stuff. Okay, for those who are, yeah, this is one of the things I can sort of expand on. You, you, one nice little way to make a novelty playing card is to make transfer is to use transparencies. What do I mean by that? That's not what I meant. There, like that. So what you would do is that you take these things, okay, they're made of plastic, and guess what? There will be a clear aspect to it. Let's disregard whatever consequences you got. Now, what? Now, one of the things you would have to do is that because technically you can only is that the transparent bits, of course, would be transparent. So would be transparent. Therefore, you really can't hide much. Necessitating that the design you would use in principle, like the shape for the opaque side, would have to be the same for every single card there is. So, for example, like this one, they have to be the same. Like the circle one, they would all have to look the same from the back. So what you can only do at the front is to do some weird design sort of hackery, but in essence, you cannot get clever. You cannot get clever. You cannot get too clever at the front. You have a very limited size canvas. Um, I remember let me see. I was a little. I was a. It wasn't my time, but I do remember. I looked up Cebu Pacific. Because Cebu Pacific, I remember from one of the magazines, had as a merchandising playing cards of this pretty much this essence, but it's more of um yeah, never mind. I'm getting travel deals, and so like something like the same. In essence, it's sort of the same for this one, but this one with a slice thing. So I pretty much shouldn't have been surprised that the design would look close to this thing here, because that's as far as you could like work on it. I don't work on it if you're playing with this kind of canvas. I don't know what to expect much. Whatever. I've never seen this transparency before, but it's not exactly but it's not exactly special stuff, is it? Yeah. We might see this being sold for cheap one of these days. I actually don't have one of these. I don't actually have the deck of this kind. I have a few plastic decks though. Anyways, the Squeeze box playing cards. There we go. Here is a whimsical deck of playing cards with face six up three inhibitions and they're playing the accordion. Yeah, that's it. And this one, card face with right hand for your right hand keyboard and buttons. Yeah, that's it. So the accordion. So yeah, it's the idea is just accordion and other things, magic stuff. But it's just basic accordion themed. Can you name and even name phrases? It's subtle. It's not much. But there's American, Italian, French, and German. But the unique is everyone is just playing music. And there's even this is yeah, and then there's even these things here. So guess what? The spread looks like an accordion. That's it. Uh, Probably isn't much. This one here has a and and I guess that's only it. So the pips are would be the same. I don't know. It's conceptually unique. I'll give it that. There's something kind of fun, like saying screw it. Here's a little whimsical deck of cards, and this one here has this one gimmick, and somehow it exceeded my expectations because I didn't think of this thing being I don't put this. I didn't expect this deck to have have way more accordion features. Like this one, the idea, like here for the idea here is that it would look like an accordion if you spread it open like that. That's already way more force on than I thought. Still, pretty simple deck, simple craft. It's nice. Next up is Shadow playing cards. Dance with your shadow like no one's watching. It's by Vermilion Collection. Okay. Hello, my name is Philbert. I'm a huge fan of K. Shadow music by collecting decks. I find it's not fun to see deck of quality feel in my hands. I did much more attention they have gotten. If I became more with it, currently creating one deck with two looks. Clever. After your design work in integrating various thematic elements, I find appealing. Shadow came into being. Hopefully, this one will look my case. So the back is cut out at the center, shape of found your figure. Okay, this one. Woo! Okay, okay. Ooh. Shadow's specific aspect. When it's making expressing numbers as Roman numerals. I'd say that's not. Sure. Reinventing the suit system. This does not bode well. Any deck that pretty much outright replaces the suits tend to stink. And fluorescent ink that's second like this. I've seen another glow in the dark deck of this kind. So I get what you're getting, but I really feel like none of these are essentially appealing. So let's see the one two. Let's see if this 1 2 3 punch is fine. So Time Spring revealed the anti-forgery fluorescent green. I almost would have read that wrong, but I get it. I get it. I I guess it's the same ink here that ensures you don't do anything silly. I mean, oh gosh. Uh, okay, I just got invited to do some match, and guess what that means? Yeah, I can't talk that much. So let me just. How about this? In case I don't get to do this later, I can just continue it like Sunday or whatever. But let me just finish this off real quick. So basically, the idea is that if you put a light on it and UV light, there would now these people have now special clear surface in the form of a hood, a cloak. That's literally it. I'm sure some other folks would have found something more clever to do with this thing, but not bad for a. Oh, I thought it's an actual replacement. No, it's just thematic replacement. Almost, I think. Like I don't know which is the heart. Wow, that's a shitty heart. And nice. It seems like yeah, there's a kind of a special stuff here. Like this. Yeah, these are the additional stuff are just hoods. I don't know how you can make them like way look different because of that. It's like putting glasses on a character. You pretty much Clark Kent stuff, but ha. Yeah, I guess for this concept, it's great. Uh, I think it's not a bad sort of affair. So, uh, yeah, not bad. Okay, so we will continue with Jam Pack later or as soon as possible. There will be another one of these if I could. So I could. If not, I will do it tomorrow. So for now, I hope you have a great time. I probably won't. It's better for me not to read anyone today. So